Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Business, and I'm doing a double feature with the Tirpitz and showing you some aggressive posturing and positioning and movements and whatnot. So this game's not necessarily, this game, these matches aren't necessarily about damage, but recognizing opportunities and seizing them. So in this particular instance, we have two Clevelands over here who are obviously not torp capable, which is the big thing on north when you're covering the 8-line gap. Without torpedoes, you're not going to be able to do a damn thing when it comes to preventing ships from blasting through if they want. And Kami in his Lexington just completely nuked one of their Clevelands. And so we have the reason why we're pushing up through here is their one destroyer. He's over at A. So we have the whole part of this map here to ourselves in terms of being able to push through and not worry about torpedoes. They hardly have any torpedo-capable ships, so recognizing that and having the scouting, which is crucial, having the scouting available to see where the weak points are and everything, and the people who are willing to be aggressive with me, it's a big factor in these types of games and matches where it's all about being able to make the push when you should be able to do it. So Jason and his Mogami there took out the Cleveland, and there's another Cleveland right there, and the Nagato and the Lexington, which we have spotted. They have a bunch of their battleships with their guns trained this way, so we do have some incoming fire. But the thing is, it's not going to go towards our cruisers, it's going to go towards me, and I lose a lot of health here pretty quickly. And if I wasn't in the lead, the cruisers that are with me, if they were ahead of me, they would be wiped out, and this would have been an entirely different match. And battleship leading the charge, especially with how close these guys are, and they're sticking with me. That's really important, because how many times have you been in this situation where you're in the battleship and you're pushing through, you're like, yeah, we could do this, and then you start engaging somebody. After a couple salvos, you take a look around and there's nobody near you, and they all turned around and ran back. So I'm very happy I had the group of players that I did with this. Otherwise this would have been a very bad loss. So I did take a lot of damage from the carrier. Luckily he attacked me from the front with the torpedo, so I decided to just take one right on the nose. And as usual, right when I fired at that Cleveland, he died just a second before my shells arrived. So there is an enemy North Carolina over there lobbing shells against me. We just took out that Nagato, and I'm down to half health, so that's not very good. And the North Carolina has the balls to go ahead and sling HE at me and set me on fire, so that's great. So I'm going to sit here and burn for a while, and meanwhile, Jason's at full health, so that's pretty awesome. Don't check the other cruiser that's just off to my left as well, but we've got the four of us moving through here, and now we've effectively cut them off from D and C, and Kami's moving south to capture D and keep distance between himself, of course, and the enemy team. We're now quickly denying them access to B as well. There's no real way for them to get there without having all their guns, all of our guns against whatever ship is leading, and start to get my match going here against the Lexington, and I fail miserably. I was hoping to get some citadels here, but that just didn't happen, and I'm losing health pretty fast. This is not a good situation for me in terms of the position I'm in terms of being able to take much more damage. And at the same time, however, I'm still leading the charge and doing what I should be doing. And of course, right when I fire again, he starts to turn, so the salvo is obviously a wash. I adjust the rear turrets to a little further and a little bit to the left as well, since his turn's going to be taking him in tighter to the port side, and get about 8,000 damage. So moving up ahead, we are engaging the main part of their fleet, what's left of their team, I should say. North Carolina exposes himself to a lot of firepower and doesn't last long at all. And I'm really surprised he didn't turn to port and try to save himself. There's really no effort there at all from him. So, I mean, he just kept going in a straight line. We've got a Cleveland over there, really low health. We just lost Jason. Now, there was a destroyer just south of A, and he launched Torps and curled back into A, and unfortunately got Jason. But at this point, I'm trying to get the ship so we can put them in the negative and just win outright. And so targeting this Cleveland, which, guess what happens? Yeah. All right. Fire 3 turrets, and yeah, he's dead by the time the third one gets off, so that's awesome. Now, this is not a situation I like to be in, and even as a Tirpitz, I don't want to be this close to an enemy Tirpitz. If it's any other battleship, that's okay, but you know Torps are coming one way or another when you're playing as a Tirpitz and you're this close to another Tirpitz. But I get mine off and line up 3 turrets and do a good amount of damage there. So a lot of good penetrations, and that's one of my favorite things is having that 1-2 combo with the main cannons and the torpedoes, having them hit like within seconds of each other at the same time. It's such a good feeling. And sweet ass moves there. Nice. Had a few of those that night. It made me feel really good about my ability to play Battleship, but doesn't always work out that way, of course. But I didn't have premium time, so this at the time of this video, so these totals could have been a hell of a lot higher. Really not that much in the way of base XP though, you know, less than 2,000. So the point was though with this particular clip that as a battleship, you know, if you have the chance to lead the charge, it could be all that you need in order to really press your advantage and keep that advantage. And you know, your cruisers are a huge factor in damaging the enemy team. You know, it throws the enemy off balance when they have to deal with fires, they have to deal with having their stuff on cooldown. You know, if enemy battleships are dealing with that, then you know they have to reconsider their options as far as who they engage, how they engage, when they engage, where they engage. It's all you know, things that have to be reconsidered. And if you can have them constantly in that mode of, you know, crap, what do I do now? And I mean, then they're in the palm of your hands, right? So this match we have some tier 10 action. There's a Khabarovsk tier 10 Russian destroyer. There's a Yamato. There's an Izumo on their team as well. We have an Izumo, and I think that's pretty much it as far as tier 9 is concerned. So yeah, there's a lot of Batagos on their team as well, and this is one of those rare moments where in the game where you actually have both teams going to the same area. I really like this. I mean, it puts the fight into both teams, and you have to really be careful because one small slip up from even one ship can really change the outcome of a match when it's like this. You know, when a team, say, kills a destroyer or a cruiser, they'll get a lot more aggressive after that because you know, that may open up a weak area, and they can press that advantage. You know, that kind of you know, sensing the blood in the water type of thing. And now this is effectively what happens the entire round. You know, we're just in the same like 4 square area and just trying to make something happen. And Now, unfortunately, Jason and I have pretty much come to a stop here because I was really worried that the Khabarovsk would be launching torps or be moving up. I mean, the thing is like, it goes like 400 miles an hour on the water. I mean, the thing is ridiculous. So wherever you saw it last could be very, very far away from where it is now, and even just a minute or two later. And of course, there's some jackass right in the blue line, and that makes it feel nice. So that's what you get, buddy. So I have no problem calling out anybody who's doing this type of crap at all. I mean, it's just such bullshit. I mean, the guy has no reason whatsoever to be over there. Like, if, our ships were coming in after him, yeah, sure, run into the blue line, turn around, get the hell out of there, right? But, I mean, there's so much space between our ships and where he's at, and unfortunately, he's not the only one that does it this round. The other guy in the Izumo, I've seen him do this a bunch, and it just sticking on the damn blue line, like, just it's such a shitty way to play, and they know exactly what they're doing, of course. But I did test it out in 5.1 patch in the test server. I did try out a Des Moines running into the blue line, and the power cut doesn't happen as fast as I thought it would. Like, it's not as drastic with the reduction in speed, but it may be more noticeable on a ship that's slower, such as a battleship. And if that's the case, I mean, damn, it's gonna be pretty harsh. And I think that actually, after, like, when you know how they do that wiggle, they kind of go back and forth, like left and right. It actually cuts the speed even faster. So the more they move, the faster they lose their speed, and they're going to be sitting ducks. So I hope it has a really positive effect on people staying away from the blue line and committing more to the fight. But who knows? Time will tell, right? Now, split my front and rear turrets to separate targets. I really want to try hammering this Izumo while he has his side exposed to me. I get a Citadel in there, and he's below half health. The Atago comes back into play, and he's away from the blue line. So how else can I reward him other than to stick another Citadel into him? So booyah, finish that guy off. And there's another Atago because there's like 20 in this match, and send some shots his way. There's a Mogami down there, and I'm peeling away because I feel a bit too exposed out there with the various battleships and cruisers and stuff. I think that would have been a good shot, but that damn rock just had to get in the way, right? But fast forwarding a little bit, I had moved up. I was actually in D and realized my mistake. I was way out of position, and as I curled back, I recognized the fact that the Yamato was a bit more forward than he maybe should be. Now, the thing is, you'll see this at every tier, but especially in a ship like the Yamato, you carry your team on your shoulders the whole time. And by that I just mean he's not getting supported by his teammates. If he's pushing forward, they'll leave him up there, and he'll be the scapegoat for his team losing and stuff. Like, oh, the Yamato should have done more. And you've got douchebags riding the line back there, like 20 kilometers away from the nearest enemy ship, and they're not doing a damn thing. This is kind of why high tier sucks. You don't have people that commit to a fight, and I wish it weren't the case, but I barely play in my Montana. Actually, I haven't played it in like 2 weeks now or something, or a week and a half. I barely play the Yamato. It's just it sucks because you can't force your teammates into moving with you and making stuff happen. But as much as I want to play it, it's a chore. It's there's a lot of unnecessary responsibility that people place on your shoulders to do things. And the same goes for carriers throughout all their tiers, regardless. Carriers are supposed to do this and that, and to a degree, they should. But at the same time, I think a lot of people feel like they are the babysitters for the team. Like, you were supposed to protect me with air cover. Well, you shouldn't have been 7 sectors away from the nearest cruiser when, all those planes were coming in after you. But that's how it goes, right? So take out one of the Izumo's turrets there, so hey, that's what you get, sucker. And I was hoping to have a broadside shot at the Yamato, but because of our point situation, I said screw it, and I'm going to push in against these guys. I'm bow forward against the Yamato to try to prevent him from being able to have a really good shot at my side, and I'm engaging the Izumo here and trying to sink him as I close the gap against the Yamato. I felt that at this point we were very close to potentially losing, and if I had the chance to take out the Yamato, we would be in a much better position against the less powerful ships on their team to be able to win, regardless of whatever happened to me. But at this point, there's 2 Tirpitz, there's an Izumo and a Yamato shooting at me, and that's probably not the best situation for any ship to be in. Yeah, and then, hey, what's that? Hey, it's a Fubuki. Yeah, I did that double take, like that was a legitimate double take. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. There's a freaking Fubuki just off to my starboard side, and this Yamato is super low on health, and boom, 166 damage. Yeah, that was a sweet kill. Unfortunately, the lead Tirpitz sent Torps my way, and this is looking dire, but wait a second. Look at this shit. He didn't take evasive, so splat. So I'm not gonna lie, that was totally unexpected. Yeah, but 650,000 credits, 4,100 XP, 2757 base XP, so that's a really good total there. But yeah, about 150,000 damage, and I hope that was entertaining to you, but being aggressive is the way to go with the Tirpitz, I promise you. And hope you enjoyed the video though, and I'll see you here next time, guys. Take care.